What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wick, ill, aka Charles Brown, back again with another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? If you're good, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you can get notified on all the upcoming episodes, all right? Your boy T.Pain, the bartender. T-Pain of auto-tune fame, right? Ain't nothing wrong with him being famous for auto-tune, because at one point, he was the only one doing it, right? Remember that? Remember when T-Pain was the only one doing auto-tune? And everybody jumped on it. Some people didn't even know what it was. They just started trying to mimic it, and then it came out with everybody figured out what type of software it was, and everybody started doing it. And then it became the thing, right? So T-Pain has, I don't know if he has a podcast or what he has, but everybody got a podcast these days. And I seen him, pretty much a clip of him going absolutely ape shit, going insane, crazy, screaming at people, mostly I want to say rappers, right? Mostly rappers, because he is sick of everyone doing the exact same thing, right? And what I'm going to assume that he means by that, well, he went on to say it's already a Lil Baby and it's DaBaby. They already doing the little this and DaBaby that, and Lil Uzi, stop doing that. I'm going to assume that he's meaning that if you throw a rock in a room full of rappers and hit one, he probably got the exact same kind of song as every other rapper in that room. Currently, I'm talking about not rappers who are more lyrical rappers or who grew up on more pure hip hop. I'm talking about the quick, fast, young, get the money and go rappers, or like even the older guys that's still trying to touch base with the market and make a name for themselves, but they're trying to adopt these young techniques and these young styles. And it's more so the artists that haven't found themselves or desperate for a hit that's trying to mimic what is already out, right? Every now and then you get somebody that comes along that can be in that lane but still sound a little bit different, right? But for the most part, most of the artists that haven't made it these days, that are trying to pop, if you check out their music, they're trying to tap into some auto-tune / R&B / hip-hop type of sound, right? And T-Pain is like, he's saying what a lot of people say, but don't have the voice to say it. He's saying, man, we tired of hearing that. I would love to hear some different styles of hip-hop. I would love to hear some different type of stuff pop. But we can't just blame these artists, bro. I'm going to tell you some real stuff. A lot of times the radio and the playlist will reject your stuff because it doesn't sound like that. You got to think, you got people like Ebro, who ears are on a certain wavelength that he's trying to keep everything in the same lane, right? These people are the people that are controlling what gets played and what gets on the playlist and what gets on the radio. When you got a guy in control of Apple Music and in control of Hot 97, which is syndicated in different places, that's a lot of power to control. Then you got Radio 1 they got radio stations all up and down the East Coast, all over the country, and they're programming the same music in all of these stations. It ain't even, it's mind-boggling to understand how many people's careers are controlled by so few, right? So if you're an artist trying to break in traditionally, you're going to be like, I have to make a quote-unquote hit. Now, it's certain artists that are not constrained by that because they've been in the game so long and they've made themselves so valuable that whatever they make is going to be what it is. I mean, I don't need to tell you, J. Cole going to do what J. Cole wants to do. And for some reason, it's going to pop regardless of what anyone has to say about it. I think his song Role Models just hit 1 billion streams. 1 billion streams, right? So whatever J. Cole deems is artistic enough for him to rap to or to feature on or whatever you want to call it, it's going to do what it does because he's such a well-known and well-liked and well-respected artist. But someone who's trying to pop in the game and they want to be liked by everybody, they're going to try to make stuff that sounds similar to what's already out. They're going to copy Lil Uzi Vert, right? They're going to copy DaBaby. They're going to copy somebody that's popping already. They're going to copy Young Thug. Because at some point, you're figuring that me being myself is not good enough. And what they don't understand, most of them don't understand, is you got to be yourself. Because if you're trying to mimic somebody else, it's not but so long you got to do that. Look at Designer. Look at Designer. Designer had the biggest record of the summer. I want to say, what was that, 2018? Something like that. 2017, 2018. One of them years, I don't know what year it was. Panda. You couldn't turn on the radio, turn on the video. You couldn't get a playlist about hip hop. Panda was all over that. Right? But then people start saying he's trying to sound like Future. And in a lot of ways, he was sounding like Future. He started playing it up, having fun with it. But after a while, when you get too much, you sound like Future, you're trying to be Future. Future's already there. Future's still making relevant music. Future's still making hit records. And Future has the artists to back him up, like Drake and people like that, that's going to co-sign him and do records with him. So he's not going anywhere. Matter of fact, he's going to double down and make himself more relevant when he does these features with these well-known artists, because Designer can't get that kind of pull. At one point, it was him or me. At one point, you felt it, like Future was like, if you do music with him, then you're not doing music with me no more. It felt like he drew a line, and if you didn't get in line, he wasn't rocking with you no more. It got real kind of messy and funny looking, and Designer was caught in the middle of it, a young kid that doesn't know, you know, how serious these politics could get. Found himself on the outskirts, even with his own company. Kanye put out all them artists on good music and didn't put Designer out. How you put Nas out who ain't even on your label before you put an artist that been on your label? That gave you the biggest hit. Designer gave him a bigger hit than Pusha T, bigger hit than Tiana Taylor, right? Bigger hit than Nas, bigger hit than Kid Cudi. Why wouldn't Designer be one of those 7-song releases? They could have threw something together for Designer because it was politics. It was politics. Kanye started to feel the heat of them politics, right? Kanye ain't no fool, bro. Kanye started to feel the heat of them politics and started to fall back on Designer. That's my little conspiracy theory. I feel like he had to protect his interests, because if you're going to align yourself with a new artist over a guy that's been around for 10, 15 years that's still making relevant music, you're running a risk of alienating that guy. Now, yeah, you don't see Kanye doing a lot of stuff with Future, but it's deeper than one person. Future has other people that rock with him. And if he feels like you siding with this guy, he can start icing those people. So it's deeper. It's deeper. People behind the scenes feeling the pressure. So it's a lot. So when you're an artist trying to sound like somebody else, you're running a risk of not being taken seriously or pissing off that other person that you sound like, right? You run a serious risk of alienating your fans who start to like you, but then people start saying, oh, he sounds like such and such, so now they got to choose, right? I say all that to say this. T.Pain has massive hits. T.Pain has a lot of records that some of the stuff you didn't even know he wrote, some of the stuff you didn't even know he produced. And for him to still be relevant to this day is a testament to what he's done in this game. And I'm going to say I feel him to a degree that a lot of us want to say that. A lot of people say it's whack right now and it's trash. Ain't nothing but trash music coming out. And sometimes it's hard to dispute that. Sometimes it's really hard to dispute that. I try to take the stance of it's a lot of young artists, a lot of good music coming out if you're looking for it, right? If you get out here and look for some of this stuff. It's a lot of stuff. If you dig a little bit, you're going to find the music that you want. It's plenty of it, but it's on a lesser level. You're not going to get it on the radio. It's not going to be on all these playlists you're looking for. You're going to have to dig for it. And once you find it, the connected artist to that is going to be mentioned and recommended. And you're going to have your own stuff that you can find that's going to fit your taste or what have you. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to search like that, you're going to get force-fed a lot of the same nonsense. They're not really saying absolutely nothing. They're not being lyrical. They're not being like clever. They're not being witty. And it's the same topics. I want to say if it got 4 topics at best and some of the same slang in almost every song, almost the same stuff, racks and it like chasing his bag. Like, it's the same stuff. How much can people do the same stuff over and over? Right? So I get it what T-Pain trying to say, and I get it. I feel like he had every right to say that, and it's his opinion. I know some of y'all didn't like it and not gonna like it, but end of the day, y'all do gotta do better with your originality with this music. And you do gotta look a little further beyond what they trying to force feed you on this radio station. Back in the day, yeah, you went to what was on the radio station. And I'm not saying don't like the radio, but I'm saying give some other stuff a chance, especially these program directors. They're not giving strange and new stuff a chance. It's like, if you're not, and it's a lot of money involved too. It's a lot of money that exchanges hands to make sure you don't get a good fair shot, right? Then you stuck with bots and trying to do all this other stuff online and clicking and dragging and spamming and all. So it's like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. But what I'm going to say is be yourself, be original. And if you stick to that, people will find you. If you stick to being original, your fans going to find you if you're good. And that's all I want to say about that. T-Pain, I applaud you for speaking your truth, because I'm sure you got a lot of hate from a lot of artists who feel they know that they sound like other people. They know that they're doing trash music, but they don't want to be told that. So salute to T-Pain for being real enough and being honest enough to tell you rappers what a lot of your friends and family won't tell you. You're doing garbage and you sound like everyone else, and you're not adding nothing to the culture. Do better, be yourself, add something to the culture, and let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Be an addition to the culture. Don't be a leech off of it. And at that note, I'm going to let y'all go, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video too. Make sure you share the video if you like them, right? CLBMG.com, Prodigal Icons is out, all social media, man. Mug Kids and all that good stuff like that there. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.